Hey guys, Legendary Grimlock here, and today I have a funny thing here. So apparently I'm being accused of lying and pretty much, doing you guys dirty, giving you guys misinformation. And well, here's the video.
Okay, time for another debunk on Legendary Grimlock video. First, Godzilla red spiral increase in strength each time he uses it, plus Jet Jaguar is not a good match due to his size, shape shifting, and hazy eye. Godzilla has the atomic pulse in case opponents get too close, and a powered up atomic breath and low godly regeneration, and can absorb energy. Legendary Grimlock has disrespected Godzilla.
So not only has this person legit copied and stole my entire video, and this is twice by the way, but apparently now I'm lying to you guys. It's funny because apparently I also disrespect Godzilla and I'm using non-canon material. It's actually ridiculous. And at the same time, I find it very amusing. You know why? You know what? Let's start with this first. What is IDW Godzilla? So IDW Godzilla is comics, that consist of 3 ongoing series and 11 to 5, 11 5 issues or whatever. And as you guys can see here, we get a list of every comic that was published by IDW. So this would mean I'm using an IDW Godzilla, right? Meaning the IDW franchise. Yes, different stories, a different Godzilla, but it's the same Godzilla written by the same franchise. That's what IDW Godzilla means. It's funny how this person really doesn't understand what that means, calling everything non-canon. But what does that have to do with the IDW franchise, the IDW comic series, by the way? Oh, and now we have things like this character was weakened. It's actually pretty funny because I have the comics on standby. I mean, I could always go back to them. But the crazy thing is, Godzilla has some of the most matches on my channel. He's one of the few characters I use frequently. Now, this is how you know this guy is pretty much new here, because I've defended Godzilla in the past. Yeah, I have. I mean, you guys don't remember where I defended him against 10 characters from both Marvel and DC that should be able to beat him? Let's go into the other stuff, right? Godzilla's regeneration or his energy absorption. Godzilla's energy absorption is based off of radiation. It's radiation only. Unless he can absorb energy from other monsters, he would be able to absorb, destroy his micro oxygen. He can do his gravity beams, but we don't see him do that. Oh, and let's go into the Greek gods were weakened for apparently being, a lack of prayer, where it doesn't say this at all. It shows that the gods have grown bored with humanity, and they still had statues and believers. So where does it say they're weakened here? You see, the problem with this debunk is that there's no evidence of your own. That's what a debunk is for. That's what a debunk's purpose is. You're supposed to provide your own evidence, not say junk and then expect people to believe it over and over again. For example, yes, Godzilla's nuclear pulse is meant to keep opponents away or try to, I guess you could say, destroy an opponent's defenses. But what happens when he's not going to be able to use it? What happens when the opponent can also hit from afar as well? For example, I did this this really started with the Dino Ultrazord, so I guess not for an example, right? So this really started the Dino Ultrazord, but in all honesty, you know what? Let's really talk about the actual scaling for Power Rangers first, right? So the scaling for actual Power Rangers comes from Serpentera. Now, Serpentera is able to, hold the power of I think it was the heroes, it was the heroes something, or in the Hall of Legends. Sorry, it was the Hall of Legends. And this is a Power Rangers power that pretty much is outside of time and space and the Power Rangers multiverse. And with that power, which is a power that pretty much consists of every Ranger across the multiverse, this is due to its connection to the comics, where the comics pretty much had every Power Ranger in a different universe. So basically, all the collective powers of the Power Rangers together are able to destroy this entire multiverse, okay? And this would translate to other Zords. Zords are more powerful than the Dino Ultrazord, or at least the complete version. And this would go into Triceramax Megazord. And this is actually it's actually funny because Godzilla wouldn't beat this one either because of the Ankylozord. So he would be able to get his own atomic breath or the red spiral ray deflected right back at him. Yes, the red spiral ray increases in strength over and over again each time it's used here, but what happens when his opponent can counter it or defend itself against it over and over again? Or better yet, like I said earlier, reflect it. Also, using a crossover, which would actually be canon to the IDW franchise because it's worked on by both Boom and IDW writers. So, in actuality, this is IDW Godzilla who stalemated the Megazord. And the Dino Ultrazord scales above this tremendously. And what's funny is that on your own channel, you have your own Power Ranger power scaling, don't you? Well, I wouldn't count it power scaling. I would count as you just talking and not providing evidence. And you got to do better. If you're going to do a debunk, don't steal someone else's content. You can actually get reported for that. And I might do that. You see, I might do it if I feel like it, if I feel like it. Because, you're actually pretty fun. You provide me with more and more content to actually make here. You actually provided me with this debunk. So here's what you can do. You can either stop this now, or you can continue and I can continue debunking you, or I could block you because you're stealing my content. But anyway, please comment down below, like and subscribe and share it to friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Peace.